Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, we have a lot more crazy crypto news to talk about, so make sure you watch this video all the way through so you don't miss out on anything important. Having said that, guys, we are giving away 250 XRP the first time that we hit 1500 likes, so make sure you press the like button, are subscribed, and comment something down below. Having said that, today I'm going to be mixing some bad news with some good news because I want to give you guys the full picture, not only the most positive things. And I want to start it off with that thing. So the quote-unquote bad news is that Jed McCaleb has hugely increased his XRP sales. And this is not good for anybody, not for me, not for you. However, as I've mentioned a couple of times before, I do not think this really hurts XRP. I do think it's bad to have this extra selling pressure there, and since it's a metric of the total volume of XRP, it's kind of a difficult one to put, right? Because if he's selling more, because he can sell 1.5% of the volume, it means that XRP is doing better because the volume has increased. On the contrary, it also means that, well, a lot more XRP is being dumped by a multi-billion XRP whale. Because in a very long time ago, in another era, he was awarded 9 billion XRP. That was in 2014. Right now, I think he has like 3 or 4 billion left. And at this rate, he could be dumping 207 million XRP every single week because this day he dropped 29 million XRP. Right? So that's definitely not nothing, but this is according to the volume that there was like 1 or 2 weeks ago, which if you take 1.5% of that, comes to this point, right? It comes to that amount of XRP, which is insane if you ask me, but there's not really too much we can do about it. The only thing that I can kind of say, which is good once more, is that, well, it means the volume has gone up, and I mean, it's a nice thing to see that XRP is doing that good, that it can sell this much. So I have 2 more things to say on this regard, and that is 1, if we are hurt, Ripple is hurt by this more. And second, I mean, he is one of the co-founders of Ripple and one of the co-founders of Stellar. So we can see 2 things, right? 1, if he is really wanting the bad side for XRP, that must mean he wants the really positive side for XLM, since he founded both and he's now working only with Stellar. So if he's selling XRP, he may do more for XLM along the run, which maybe, is a kind of an upside on this one, with the downside on this one. Another one is, well, Ripple and all those founders that are still there and all the guys still have a lot more XRP than we do. So we can know for a fact as well that they tried their bestest best to make sure that this guy could not sell, and they could do nothing about it. So there's no way around it at this point. We're just going to have to accept it, even though it's some downwards pressure. We know for a fact as well that it won't really turn the price back down, but it's just a little bit annoying to see it. I also am kind of wondering how Ripple is going to react to it, because to a certain degree I feel like they should be buying it with their capital that they have. With the real Ripple capital, they should be increasing their own XRP holdings because of Jed McCaleb selling. It's like one of the founders of a, I don't know how you say it in English, the type of form, like a company where you own, where a private company, one of the founders of a private company leaving, him having a stake in a company, and you guys buying it out. I kind of feel like that's what they should be doing with his XRP, where they just keep buying it from him so it doesn't get dumped on the markets. However, since they're not doing that, it means they're not really bearish on this whole situation, and they don't really worry about it, right? I mean, we saw Ripple buy a little bit of XRP back, but it's so futile in comparison to what he is selling that I personally think they're not too worried about it, so I'm still seeing it as something good. The Bearable Bulls said, courtesy of Stedas, Flare Networks and Spark may be one of the most important developments in XRP history. Coinbase supports boost credibility as well, and I'm very excited for the next week. Brian Brooks' OCC's 6 to 8 week regulatory clarity announcement just compounds that. And I have personally said before, I don't know for certain if Flare or Spark will be a very amazing thing. I've also posted a tweet here kind of asking you guys a little bit down below here, what's going to happen to the Spark once it really gets dropped, because I don't know if we'll really get all of this forever. Like here, I guess here, let's see here. Voyager will be supporting the Flare token Spark airdrop scheduled for 12/12. This means Voyager will ensure users receive Flare tokens 1-to-1 to their XRP holdings. It doesn't, however, say anything about if it will be supporting it for the full 34 months. Let's see. Yes, I guess that's true. So the thing is, I don't know how to find this out. We need to contact exchanges or we need to get some sort of communication going. Otherwise, it could be that we're only going to receive 15% of the total spark and then be done, which won't do the project too much good, right? So it may be that the terms were so that they could only be part if they were to fully comply and really give the whole 30 months, so 3 years of spark in over the period. But maybe it isn't, and that I cannot tell you guys because I just do not know. Stephen Deep said here, question, whenever I show people how great XRP are going to be, I always get an answer like, it's a high-risk investment. I would rather get a loan and invest in property market. How would you respond to these people? Well, I personally always respond saying, well, all right, you do you, because, well, to a certain degree, property is a way lower risk than XRP is. However, if you kind of compare the returns and the, what is kind of worth your risk to reward ratio, I will always stick with cryptocurrency. But that's just everybody's personal preference. The older you get, the more you should be itching towards safer investments, right? That's what they always say. And I can really agree with that one. And if you really don't want to take that much risk and you just want to put your money in a place that's really not going to do that much, because you may say, okay, the loan market is kind of scary, but it's really not that scary. Let's say the worst case scenario is your interest percentage is going to go to 12. If, for example, here in the Netherlands, you have properties in Amsterdam, it doesn't matter what the frick your loan percentage is going to be, your interest payments, because you'll get money on it anyway. All right. And even though your money may go down for the next couple of years, eventually, and kind of everybody knows that invests in property, you'll be fine again. So from that perspective, it's like that investment is safe kind of for certain. It may be that your house gets underwater for a little bit and you may get trouble because you have to put more money down or something like that. But those are all besides the point. I'm talking about the real investment once you've put it in. If you were to, for example, buy a house completely free, just you were loan free, you just buy it up straight. Is it a safer investment than XRP is? Well, yeah, we should definitely say so. Cryptocurrency is risky because of the volatility, but that's also because the returns could be way higher. I mean, I've calculated a couple of times for myself, and on properties, on average, you get about maybe 6-7% a year. Maybe if you're doing a very good job, maybe 10% a year on that one. So if you're going to calculate to what XRP is going to get us in about 1 year, on average, let's say 100, maybe 200%, yeah, that's a big difference you're getting right there, isn't it? Yeah, so from that perspective, once more, I think houses are a lot safer. However, yeah, XRP is just worth it a lot more in my opinion. Unless, of course, you just want to take some money out of XRP and put it into something different, you just want to diversify, that's never a bad idea. Ripple Price Analysis. XRP Ready For Breakout, potential 41% moves on the cards. This is actually not completely true. We've talked about the bullish pennant a couple of times before in our videos, which I'll be talking about a little bit later today once more. And the main reason I am saying we shouldn't be regarding this too far is, even though I've said to you guys 89 to 92 cents is an important area, it's not like we would instantly reach that zone if we were to break out, because, well, we can actually keep this momentum up for really a lot of weeks here still if we really wanted to. And of course, we could also be seeing a downside. He's saying the only two ways to go are 33 or 40, or no, 89. I personally think we could still even go to 44, 42 cents-ish. And I think Credible Crypto is actually, I don't really know for sure. I just think I saw it in somebody else's video talking about him, that we could actually be falling down to this area here as well. But I personally kind of doubt that, because they moved to 33 cents would be so radical. It would be a minus 55 or so percent from the top, maybe even 60% down. I kind of feel like a correction like that would just be very odd, unless we get, of course, a perfect 61.8% correction, which again can happen. We've seen it before, but I wouldn't really count on it though. I would more so count on about a 30-something% correction, which is kind of what we saw happen back here, but then happen from this point. However, we'll see, guys. We'll see how it's going to go. For right now, though, I'm going to say if we get a huge green candle, we might as well go long. But if we don't, if we keep going right around here, around this middle mark of about 60 cents or so, I'm not going to be doing anything for right now. I'm not buying, I'm not selling. Of course, I'm actually buying my daily amount, but not trading actively. You guys get what I'm trying to say. All right, 2/3 of millennials prefer Bitcoin to gold as a safe haven. I've told you guys this a couple of times before. I think that gold right now is not the best investment to go for, and Bitcoin and crypto just in general are the way to go. However, as I said before as well, the older you get, the more you should be thinking about things that are really stable, possibly. And with crypto, the thing is, you could be down for the next couple of years, and And then after that, be very, very good. But again, you could be down. And with gold, I kind of feel like if you are down, you might be down, let's say 5-6%, maybe 7% in a longer while. But you probably won't be down like 85% or so on your money. So if we're talking about a store of the real value, since gold also has that real intrinsic coin value and the real metal behind it, you always kind of have something at least. And if Bitcoin is down for a little while, it could be down 80% for the next 5 years, and maybe you need your money in 5 years. Maybe you want to retire in 3. What could you go about then? And that's why I think, of the millennials, a lot of them will prefer Bitcoin because they have time. And the older we look at, the more are really itching towards things like gold or even just S&P or even bonds. This altcoin is beating Bitcoin with its 2020 gains and development activity. I don't even think this is worth it, articles like this, because we know every altcoin, so to speak, is doing better than Bitcoin in that sense. Because, well, if we're talking gains, a lot of altcoins did better, specifically XRP and XLM. If we're talking activity, almost any coin does better than Bitcoin does because it's really a stupid coin in that sense. However, once more, Bitcoin is a core coin for institutional investments, but that's kind of it. Circle Pay CEO calls Bitcoin a infrastructure change as big as commercial internet. I've talked about this, funny enough, yesterday about how this whole DLT, in my opinion, not specifically Bitcoin, is going to be another new era, which is why I've been saying we're very early into this space, because from this point on forward, we might get 50, 60, 100 years built on top of what we're seeing right now. Like the internet, let's say that was really getting popular, let's say 25 years ago. Let's say 20 to just make it really kind of round, right? It really got popular 20 years ago, .com bubble. Let's think about that time. Well, I think the internet is here to stay forever, right? At least the next 100 years, I think we'll definitely be seeing internet. If not, it will get better, but we will be seeing internet or things built on top of internet. Maybe forever, who knows, but at least it will be a baseline. I think, that's kind of a predecessor to maybe like some other communication device. Maybe like you can say the phone, for example, those phone waves, we're still using them, even though people may be calling normally less through those lines. We'll still be having them forever, and they'll still be used for different things, most likely forever, and people still call a lot, of course. And knowing that idea in place, things are being built on top. They'll be replaced partially, but they'll be built on top. DLT is that new thing. Cryptocurrency are going to be those new things that are there to stay, hopefully, and most likely for the next decades to come. And the first decade here is really that place where people know about it, but they really didn't get into it too much. And I think, the .com bubble type of situation is possibly what we saw in 2017 what happened to crypto, but also possibly something that did not even occur just quite yet. It might have been just a smaller bubble to a bigger bubble that's going to be made, because I find bubble not the best word for it, but it's still kind of what did happen in 2017. Yet I kind of feel as if retail this time around is not really in too much, and they might be doing that in a couple more months coming. But once more, that's just theory. I know for a fact, though, again, not financial advice in my opinion, but I have it as a fact that everything we're building right now is just the start of where we're going to be going. Then Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak's crypto skyrockets 1,400%. So this guy keeps going back. He's not stopping. All right, I've read about his project like 3 times in the last 24 hours. This guy, the project just keeps going better, and I personally think it's a very dumb thing still. I would personally not put my money in it. However, it has already gone up 1,400%, and it may do more. It could definitely be so. It attracted nearly $950 million in the first 13 minutes because I kind of feel as if, well, people trust the name Wozniak. They know he's a good developer. They know he's a rich man. They know he's going to be good for a currency, and they know he can build stuff. So they just wanted to kind of invest into the idea because it's also kind of a net good thing. It's like he's building a sustainable, help the planet type of scenario, which people sometimes really much like, right? They like that a lot. All in all, 1 + 1 made this coin surge from 10 cents to 141. But maybe I can put a couple of dollars in. But I personally don't even want to put an account on that exchange, the HBTC or whatever the exchange was. I don't remember. It says it somewhere in here what exchange it is. I believe. I think it was HBTC though. Yeah, here we can see HBTC exchange. Bitcoin price may suffer significant breakdown to 15.5 thousand if this happens. Not true. All right, it may always do that, but it's not like if this happens, then it's going to go. People are holding right now like crazy. People are not easily to let go of their coins. So if we're going to move to 15.5, it is not even panic. It is most likely some heavy adoption or heavy manipulation that's going around. where some bigger whales are going to push the price down, and we either get a flash crash to about maybe like 16,000, 15.5, even maybe 14, or we're going to be seeing a sustained move downwards, breaking out of the bull run, or being a proper correction. But it will most likely be led by institutional investors and huge money, not a small little retail flies, because we keep on buying most of the time. And then these 3 incoming DeFi airdrops will be the biggest in history, and I personally once more disagree with things like this. Even though this is a lot of money that's going around in these things, I think, guys, you shouldn't be focusing on them too much, because a lot of these things, what they're talking about here, are paid. You can get paid for talking about these things, literally a lot of money. And also, to a certain degree, these things are all meant to make money off of you. It's not like most of these things have a real good use. It's literally just kind of a make money type of system most of the time, right? So please consider that you're careful with DeFi. It is scary. However, I do like it to a certain degree because, well, you can make a lot of money in a very short amount of time, but it's very scam heavy. There's a lot of scammers going around, and there's a lot of easy ways to lose your money. So it's really stupid in that sense. But again, it kind of got to weigh up the money against the risk, and there's a lot to be made. But guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Make sure you join the Discord, make sure you follow me on Twitter, and check out the links in the description.